What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about why we are going down as much as we are, what prompted that. I also do want to go over what is next for Lucid. A lot of individuals now want to know, since we've been getting all this news, CPI data came out, blah, 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 what is next for Lucid? When are we going to go up? So I'm going to talk about that and give you some kind of data points to factor in as well. But before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. And one final thing I want to share with you, there is a massive promo, the biggest promo going on in the market right now. If you do click on the link in the description below, sign up, just deposit $1, you get 6 free stocks. That is absolutely insane. Highly recommend you guys take advantage of this. And you can see it is only from June the 9th to the 30th. So it just started as well from yesterday. So take advantage of that. But moving on though, you can see live ticker going at the very bottom. It is currently down 2.89%, 4.9 million as far as overall volume. That is in the first 1 hour of the trading day. 30.3 million shares, that is the average 6-month average, and 312,000 shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about this, but just want to start off what prompted us to go down today. And unfortunately, it was CPI data, and it was in fact a little bit worse than what we were expecting. So the year over year was higher. The forecast was 8.3. It did come in at 8.6, and the month over month it was 0.7. That was the forecast, which in general the month over month from the previous was 0.3. It did come in at 1%, which was huge. But if you actually look at it in detail, it's not that big of a difference. So this is the CPI data, the full on breakdown, and it is this: fuel. That is the only major factor that is causing a huge fluctuation. And well, technically energy commodities, and as far as gasoline, those kind of were negative last month from the month over month. But in general, it is the fuel. So if you take that out of the mix, we are pretty much in line. If not, we are better. So this is why we did have a little bit more fluctuation. We had a little bit more of a spike going on, but unfortunately the broader market is very much down right now. So it's hard for stocks to go up. I know Lucid tends to do what it wants when it wants, but again, it can't really fight against the market that much. Moving on though. So now technically, what is next for Lucid? Why are we still continuing to go down? Unfortunately, the next thing for us to look forward to, well, I guess not necessarily look forward to, it's next Wednesday, June the 15th. Overall, there's been a lot of good support coming from consumers, a lot of good economic data showing that there's a lot of strong support, that they're still making money, earning money, still maintaining their jobs. But this is going to be possibly the first one, because if you look at the core retail sales, it does project it to go up. So that might be a recipe for disaster going on there. And the retail sales, the month over month, it shows it going down considerably. So the forecast is 0.2, and you can see the previous was 0.9. So overall, that might be something that might spook the market. In addition to, on Wednesday, that same day, there's also going to be the Feds are going to be making their decision on interest rates. So that's something as well for us to watch for. And unfortunately, they now have this CPI data under their belt as ammunition. So most likely there will be an increase in the interest rates, which again might really negatively affect Lucid. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it though, there is no real known catalyst. We had our shareholder meeting, but other than that, the next thing for us to knowingly look forward to is their next Q2 earnings. So take that how you see that. Unfortunately, we're kind of stuck in limbo right now, not necessarily any known news, but we've been like that for the last 6 months, give or take. So this isn't really any new surprise for us. But when it comes down to it, there's going to be a large dependence on the technicals. So I feel right now what is next for Lucid is we're just going to be basically following the broader market unless there is some surprise news that does come out. But there has been a lot lately. So most likely, I think all the good news is physically out right now. There's some things that have been floating around hypothetically saying that they're pushing things back. I was going to do a video on this, so definitely stay tuned for that. But overall, I think right now it is just going to be based on technicals. All the movement is just based on that, to say the least. And looking at the actual technicals though, we are starting to break down a little bit. So we did try to break out the 50-day moving average. Unfortunately, we failed to do that several different times. Also, looking at momentum, number of buyers is down significantly, and even stochastic, there's that deviation starting to occur. Red line above the black showing a little bit more of a bearish sentiment is starting to form. And right now we did also transition from the higher to the lower percent 50% of the Bollinger Band. So given us and everything that we factored in, and we did fail, like I said, to get over that 50-day moving average, the new Elliott Wave technical analysis does project Lucid in the short term to get to $20.73 to $21.08. So take that how you see that. That is a very big cut from what it was. It was hypothetically between 25 to 27 previously. So it does show that we might be in a little bit more of a downtrend starting to occur. This information is available via Interactive Brokers. I do like to use them. They have a lot of good information, such as this Elliott Wave social sentiment that I've frequently used in the past as well. So make sure you guys take a look at that. I do have a link to them in the description below. Just click on the link, play around. I highly recommend Interactive Brokers because, like I said, it's an all-in-one platform, has a lot of good information. But getting back to it though, like I said, technicals are going to be one thing that a lot of people need to really watch for. So I really love doing technicals. It gives you a good projection of where things might go, but ultimately I think it is going to come down to institutions and big money that is going to save Lucid. And right now we've already known and have known for a while that big institutions have a big interest in Lucid. So looking at more so today as far as the dark pool purchasing and whatnot, there isn't necessarily any today, but yesterday there was a significant amount. Even the previous couple days, there's been a lot of big purchasing, even more so on options activity. But when it comes down to it, like I've always said, and I always draw a lot of importance to it, is that institutions purchasing an average volume. We need to maintain our average volume, or to some degree. Right now, we're currently at 5.1 million, which is fairly good for being about an hour and a half into the trading day, or give or take. But it definitely needs to be significantly higher. You need an amount of volume to continue to go up, because if you do continue to have lower volume, it just increases the likelihood of manipulation. And unfortunately, Lucid has very much had a lot of manipulation in its past. This is why it's always had a lot of struggles. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's always a bumpy ride for a new innovative company, and I've always said that. So this is why I still stick by my stance. It is a long-term investment. You just need to be comfortable with a lot of volatility, especially considering if the rumors are true that they are pushing some things back. Hopefully they don't do that to the gravity, but again, if those rumors come out to be very much true, there might be a little bit more of a downward negative sentiment on Lucid. So take that how you see that, but like I've always said, it is a long-term investment. I like to cover a lot of the short-term technicals because there is a lot of individuals, newer retail investors that do get into Lucid that unfortunately like to think a little bit more short. But again, it is what it is. You learn that as being a good investor with time. But just want to go over some short information. Like I said, go over some updated data points. It is fairly flat. So this is one thing as well, like I always point out, Lucid can easily break out with some good news. Again, when it comes down to Lucid, there is no known news right now, but they are very good at surprising us as investors. So this is why shorts aren't really adding and doubling down on Lucid today. Because, and if you do compare that with other technical like growth stocks, every other one of those, such as SoFi, shorts are really doubling down, and any other growth stock out there right now, they are taking that CPI data and really trying to hammer these stocks. But when it comes down to Lucid, they aren't necessarily doing that. They are actually, in fact, closing out 0.16%, which works out to be 425,000 shares being returned. So they're actually closing out their positions with Lucid. I see this as a very good bullish sign. It's not really worthwhile for them to increase their position, and cost to borrow is actually going down. It was roughly about 15.8 yesterday. Now it's 14.14. And I've always said cost to borrow and short interest are inverse. So when it does become a little bit more cheaper for shorts to maintain their positions, it is a little bit more incentivizing for them to increase. So the fact that both are going down is another bullish signal. And looking right now, short interest is 21.96. So again, it is fairly high for Lucid, given what Lucid offers and everything like that. So hypothetically, if there is some good news that does come out, then yeah, you never know, it could have a squeeze, so that might be appealing for some individuals. Short score is 85.29. One thing as well I just want to end off with, despite everything, and obviously despite the sell-off and everything like that, Robinhood. So I know Robinhood is kind of mixed, but Robinhood did actually select Lucid as their top 7 best stocks to buy under $20. So take that how you see that. It definitely shows that there is significant amount of value at Lucid at these prices. I really like that at the end of the day, and as well, like I already mentioned, for what is next for Lucid, we are just at the mercy of the market, at the mercy of big money buying, selling, whatever they may or may not be doing, and technicals. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot more technical analysis on a lot of videos as well. Just break it down until there is good news that does come out. As well, right now it's just a lot of rumors floating around for Lucid, all of which mostly are a little bit more bearish. So take that how you see that. Keep in mind though, I am not a financial advisor. This is only for entertainment purposes, and I hope you are entertained by it. But with that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, I appreciate you guys watching, and also don't forget to take advantage of this massive promo right now, link in the description below. Take advantage of 6 free stocks, especially given the market how it is selling off. Free is good, to say the least. So definitely take a look at that. But with all that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.